Hey, lovers of everything home improvement, we're out here today in Elk Grove, California. We're putting in an insulated patio cover roof, and this is an install video, so we're going to show you some tips and tricks on how to do the install. So that means if you're a DIYer and want to learn, you can check this out and learn how. If you're a contractor that wants to get into this industry, you can check out these videos that we put out and learn how to install. These materials are exclusively offered to us by Ceda Alume Manufacturing. You can find them online at ceda-alume.com. That's ceda-alum.com. They're the best materials that we could get our hands on, and that's what we use here in California. So check it out, and if you're interested, look us up, and we'll get you a quote and provide you all the things you'll need for you to install your own patio, or contractors to get into the industry as well. So again, this is an insulated patio cover install, very simple. It is a unique design slightly today, so you'll see some things that are a little bit unusual as per the norm, which is fun because now you've got more information than you would have otherwise. So we'll go right into it here. First and most important part of the patio is the hangrail for the insulated panel. These are dependent upon what size roof panel that will coordinate so that you can slide the panel inside this channel. This will get installed up on the house. So we're going to install this C channel with the short side down. That's how you install these patios. And you'll see that it's already installed up on the wall here with lags every 16 inches that coordinate with the nail off and studs in the house wall. Everything is as per the engineering, and Ceda Alume provides that engineering. You can check it out and study it and ask us any questions that you might have. But this follows the engineering right here. They started with this C channel, and then we seal above it and seal all the siding so that it doesn't leak when it rains. And so these guys are prepped up here with the C hanger, and they're ready for the next step on the install. All right, before you beat me up, all you contractors out there that know a thing or two, there's a lot of reasons why you might make a decision to do an installation. The reason we did the installation on this particular house the way we did is this right here, because this house has a high window, but we didn't want to go above the window, it would be too tall. So we went right in between the window. So when we went in between the window, there's already trim on this window. We didn't want to modify that trim at all. And there's also a barge fascia rafter trim board here on the house wall as well. It matches the window trim. So rather than take all that out and modify the house, we did seal everything above it really well. And then we added a piece of trim over here where there wasn't prior to flush so that the hanger isn't cut up into a lot of pieces. You could actually cut this hanger to follow the wall and cut the panels to fit in if you wanted to do it that way. We decided to trim it out because we're already using that fascia here. We might as well continue that. So we went and got some exterior rough cut 2x6 to fit in there, and pre-primed of course, and so that now our hanger is continuous rather than cut up. You could do it either way. Okay, now we're going to talk about the header beam and post system on this patio. The post kit and system is our standard post sandwich kit, so that's not different. What is different is the header beam is smaller. The header beam is normally a 3x8. That would be standard or typical. There are some other variations from there, but today is really unique. We're doing a 3x8 with a steel inserted, a 3x3 with a steel inserted 3x3 because this is a low patio. So because of the low height, we needed a low profile beam, so it's not so much lower. It would be 5 inches lower here if we didn't use a 3x3. So this here, as you can see, is a 3x3 with a steel insert on 3x3 posts. When we add the sandwich 2x6s on either side of the post, you'll have a 3-piece post kit that you'll see later as that goes together. This has an aluminum bracket on the bottom with 3/8 red heads that attach into a footing, and then another bracket aluminum, all aluminum here with the screws that tie into the beam up here. And this is the steel inserted 3x3 with steel in there for the header beam because of our low height that we're dealing with today. The insulated panel roof that we're using today comes in 4-foot increments, and this is an 18-foot patio cover. That's not an increment of 4. So we're going to have to remove 2 foot off of this patio to make it fit correctly. And to evenly space these panels, we're going to cut 1 foot off of 2 panels. So 20 minus 2 is 18. If we cut 1 foot off of each end, that will be 18 feet. So the guys are prepping that, going to cut 1 foot off the first panel. And if you'll notice, they're using a piece that they got in their kit as a straight edge. So we don't need to carry a lot of tools. If we think about what we have, we can utilize what we have as a straight edge. So they've used the long gutter to mark their line so they can rip their panel. The panel is about 12 feet long. They're going to rip that 1 foot off and get started putting the roof up now. Okay, we got our first panel installed. It has a little small cutout, about 2 or so inches, just to bend around the corner here of their fireplace. So the guys have already slid this into place. We've got it tacked in the corner, and it looks really nice. This is the start of our patio, the first panel. Now we can lock the next panels in and continue the whole surface to the end over there. And we've also got the front lagged in. What they've done after cutting this angle out in the back corner and sliding the panel into place, they tagged it in so it wouldn't fall out, and then we've also leveled the front beam. So we could go over and take a look at this. We've leveled the post. This is a little backwards. Sometimes you can measure them, sometimes you can level them. These have a very particular location today. They have small footings they're attached to, so the posts were installed first, which some people do all the time. You don't need to, but we did that here today, and then we've leveled the post up to the panel so that it's nice and straight and plumb. So after we installed the panel in the back, we plumbed the post up into the panel and lagged it while we held it level in place. So it's nice and plumb. Everything has been squared off to make sure that when we put more panels in, everything's square and not at an angle or crooked or anything like that. So we want to make sure all these things take place. Okay, so one thing we didn't talk about today on this particular cover are the brackets that are installed in the post. It's a repeat. You can find it in our other videos, so we didn't show it today. But again, it's the same thing every time. There's different brackets for different post kits. So there's a C bracket up here that's internal of the post, so you can't see it, and the screws go through the outside and into the bracket internally. The bottom is similar, but it does show the flanges down below because the red heads are, we have red heads attached into the concrete that are drilled in, and so the bracket is down below, attached to the concrete and internal on this post. For more detail, check out another video that we have posted. Like I said, this is a repeat. We've already done these before, so this is another simple thing for you to check out. Here's the top bracket on the middle post we're installing right now. It's just a C channel for the inside post with 4 screws on the inside screwed up in. Now we're going to insert the post underneath. Sometimes we'll do it this way. They could have put it in first, but we're putting it in after. That's okay. We'll just make sure that the beam is level and the post slides in underneath it, and we can still install the red heads later. Okay, we got most of the panels installed. There's just one left, so we're going to take a measurement from the end of this panel to the channel, and we'll cut the panel that length so it fits in there perfectly, flush with the end of the channel we've installed on the wall, and then at that point, after that's installed, we'll be ready to install the gutter and the side fascia. So there's a couple ways to install the front patio section on these aluminum patio covers. It has a trim kit. This is an insulated cover like we talked about. And so in this case, we've decided to install the gutter into the front fascia together before we hang it. Consequently, you could also install the gutter first and then put the front fascia over the gutter after. That's totally fine. In this case, we've cut and mounted the front fascia to the gutter already with some 10 by 5/8 Tech screws into the front fascia. These rafter tails are mounted with 2 by 6 inside brackets every 2 feet across the front of the fascia with Tech screws also. Some of our other videos show exactly how to put this together, so check those out so you can see those details. We're going to hang this right now. It slides right over the front. It's already pre-cut and should fit just fine. Okay, so we have our 3x3 posts, which we've already seen. We're going to add our sandwich post wraps onto these posts. It's a 3-piece post kit. If you look over here, you'll see what it looks like when it's done. We've added a 2x6 on either side of the 3x3 and pre-drilled 5/8" holes in the post wrap, because our plugs will fit right in here to cover this hole up. And we screw this in level and lined up to the post, so they're both plumb and lined up to each other. And the distance between the posts is about 1.75 inches on both sides. You can start with that measurement and make them both aligned, and they'll look beautiful. Post wraps on, the last thing we need to do is put a downspout up. We've got 3 elbows for that kit. We got to cut those into the right pieces for the downspout. It's very easy. We'll show you that as soon as it's installed. Other than that, all we have to do is add our 5/8 plugs, which come with the kit, into our post wraps. Everything else has been installed here. We're working on the final side fascia. This side fascia is up already. You'll see it. It finishes off the edge of the patio really nicely, the patio cover. The mag side fascia and the 2x6 go together. We can show you that over here as well before we put the last one up. And that's pretty much it. Okay, these are our 2x3 elbows. And we have a straight piece of 2x3 that came with the kit for the downspout. So we're gonna use one elbow up top here and make sure that the seam is always facing up toward the sky. And another elbow here. So in this case, we don't need to extend these 2 elbows. We can put them together. If an overhang is longer, you would need to extend these out from each other with a piece of 2x3. And once that's put together, I can slide these together. Put this up. You just mark here where the 2x3 will start, measure down to the end of your downspout, connect an elbow to your flat 2x3 and cut that, slide it into place, drill 5/8 holes in the face of the 2x3 downspout in 2 locations so you can screw it in and put a cap. That's your downspout, easy.